You guys get a pretty healthy challenge this week, considering what these guys just did to Florida last weekend.
They're a good team. Good team. They're probably the best skill group. We were talking best skill group overall that we've seen thus far. The O-line's playing really good. They've got a bunch of big guys up there, physical and look strong, and their backs run really hard. So it's going to be a good challenge.
Coach Spurrier didn't seem to think it's much of a break having backup quarterback play. Going against backup quarterback instead of Franklin.
You know, he's a good player. I know coming out of high school, he was all everything. Coming out up in Ohio when he was coming out, he's a dang good football player. You know, he made a lot of good throws versus Florida, a lot of good deep ball throws, and he's a good runner too. You know, he pulled the ball down a couple times and outran some of the guys in Florida. So, you know, that stuff stood out on film. So he's a kid. He didn't get rattled a whole bunch. Florida hit him a couple times. He didn't get rattled. He sat in the pocket and threw the ball. And I mean, they're going to do what they do. That's why they're as good as they are right now. So it'll be a good challenge for us.
Where have you seen progress from the linebackers and Spurs, and where do you still hope to see improvement?
You know, I think we've gotten better week by week by week. It still consistency, but kind of. We started in camp just talking about just trying to get better week by week by week. By the end of the year, we're playing our best football. And I think we're doing that. You know, the young guys are understanding the whole defense a little bit more, understanding where their help is a little bit more, and playing some pretty good football. At times we look dang good, and sometimes we don't. It's still consistency with these young backers.
Is TJ entrenched now as a starter at middle linebacker, or how's the rotation going with him and Kawan there?
He and Kawan have been rotated at Mike linebacker for the majority of it. Walton's played a little bit at the Mike linebacker spot. And then Queese and Sky Moore are still battling it out for the will spot. Yeah. And then Jordan Diggs and Sherrod Golightly at the spur.
I know Coach Spurrier has said some nice things about Sky the past couple of weeks. I mean, what's he been doing? Is he playing at a level that you thought he could reach as a true freshman? Or?
Out of the freshman group, he's beyond some of the other guys, just learning the stuff and understanding and more awareness around him than some of the other guys. But he's a very talented young man who runs really well, plays physical, and he's doing a good job. And he's going to be a heck of a football player. But he's getting there. He's doing some really good things.
Right now, Whittisett or Cooper sort of fit into the whole scheme.
Cooper still just consistency was said. He's still
problems.
Just consistency. You got to earn your job out here, practice, and be a little more consistent, and he'll get on the field.
The fact that you're rotating guys so much a good thing that you've got a bunch of guys, or is it a bad thing that nobody at this point halfway through has stepped up and said it's my job?
It's a good thing. You know, I think the linebackers, we're going to try to find the best ones to play, but I don't think anybody's playing just flat out better than some other people. And then we're going against 350-pound guys, 330-pound guys, and it's like D linemen. You get tired by the end of the game with the pounding and stuff. So if you have the ability to rotate guys and you have a bunch of guys that are available, you need to play them. And especially if they're all so young, trying to get them experience, because at some point in time, somebody's going to go down and somebody's got to be able to step up. So trying to get them reps. And there hadn't been a big fall off when you put the twos in. It's you know, just consistency is still the same thing.
Does Henry Josie compare to anybody that you've played this year?
You know, all three, they got three backs that all look about the same size. They're all running about the same speed. They're all finish runs really hard, great cutback runners. And, I mean, they're all three a challenge for us, you know, because they're low to the ground and they do a great job of cutting back, and it's going to be a challenge. When I'm watching film, and we've been watching film, it's a, you know, very small difference between each one. So it's going to be a good challenge.
Cutback guys for you mean discipline, right?
Yes, staying inside on the football, doing your job. They do a lot of run stretch plays and then try to cut it back on you. So just making sure guys, you know, it's still the same thing with defense. Everybody's got to fit together,
right? And
just from the front to the back end to everything.
I think they were perfect. In terms of play count, they were perfectly balanced. I think they were 37 rushes, 37 passes against Florida.
They're a balanced team. Yeah.
Team.
You know, I think last year they were exactly 50-50 when you broke them down. This year they may be a little more pass, but they're a good balanced team. They like to run it just as much as they like to throw it. So, and we're going to have to bring our A game.
What do you see out of the Spur position? Are they as productive as you want them to be?
No, I don't think any Spur Mike or Will is productive as I'd like him to be. You know, at times it's still with me. It's just consistency with all these guys. Just doing your job. When they have an ability to make a play, you need to make the play, and we just got to get them more consistent with all of them.
How close is Bryant there in terms of is he closing the gap on Golightly and Diggs there in terms of the Spur? Or?
Not right now. He's still just struggling a little bit. You know, sometimes we put in new stuff on each week, and he's swimming with it a little bit, but. Talented. He's on, you know, a bunch of special teams, and he's going to be a heck of a football player. But just the mental side of it, he's struggling with a little bit.